You can do it. You can do it all night long, or all summer long, or some people can do it all year long. What is it? That's right, pressure washing. Running a successful pressure washing business. And so we're going to talk a little bit about running a successful pressure washing business. And I've had some great success stories already coming in this year from two of the guys, three of the 4, 5, 6 guys that I've been helping starting growing their business. And so that is awesome. Now, we are right at a year in from some of these people starting their businesses. They started their business last March. They lost their job. I'm going to talk about a couple of these different ones, how I have helped them grow and be successful. I'm going to share, I got some audio. I don't know if I'll be able to get through, but I'm going to share that success stories because it is awesome to hear success of how success breeds success. And it's not easy. I've never said it's easy. I never will say it's easy. It takes hard work. It takes learning and keep pushing and keep doing what you need to do so that you can grow your business. You can be successful. And so, what does it take? What does it take to be able to start, grow, and be successful? Well, one thing it takes is it takes a little bit of mindset. It takes a lot of mindset, honestly. It takes a little bit of willpower. It takes a little bit of sweat. And it takes a whole lot of work. And so if we do this, you can start and grow. And so I've just got Mike Murphy says season is looking really good so far. And, the thing about Mark, people might get discouraged. I love when people say, man, I got competition. All I got out here is $99 guys. I got all this competition. This dude right here, Mark, has probably one of the biggest competitors in the country. I don't know of any other business that is bigger than PPW or Pro Power, whatever they're called. But he keeps pushing, keeps doing what he needs to do, keeps growing, and that is awesome. And so, he might not have a $99 guy, but he does have a guy that will cut throat and cut you down and all of that kind of stuff. So you keep pushing, you keep doing what you need to do, and you can grow your business. So last year, about this time last year, right at a year ago, I got an email, or actually I got a Facebook messenger. And it was, Jason, I've lost my job. I'm going to start a pressure washing business. I'm out of the back of a 1994 pickup truck, and I hope I can make it. Pretty much is what the story was. And at the time, I got quite a few of those stories, and so I was like, "Here's a free month, dude. I will give you a free month. I will help you in any which way I can." And then I kind of just blew it off at that. And a couple weeks later, he come back to me and said, Jason, you're going to build me a trailer someday. And I'm like, dude, you don't need a trailer. You can make enough money out of the back of your pickup truck. And he's like, okay. And when he was starting all this, he didn't have a pressure washer. He didn't even own a pressure washer. He went out and got his work first and got his first pressure washer, a little 2.4 pressure washer. That's what he did. Started growing the business, started getting more and more work. Stuff started coming after him. He hit his first $10,000 month in July. And last year, he did over $80,000. That changed his life. And I'm going to let you hear how much it has changed his life, because it ain't just Jason saying this crap. It is for real. So the next thing, he sent me a message today. And in this message, was a picture. And this picture here says a whole lot. $24,000 in the month of March already. He's hustled. He just, and this isn't somebody that's paying thousands of dollars in internet signs and thousands of dollars on a website and thousands of dollars on marketing. He's not. This is a guy that does put out signs. He's put out signs. He's done a little bit of AdWords I think it was to his Facebook page. And he's at $24,000. He's going to he could possibly do a $30,000 March. Now, that is amazing. And so I was talking back and forth with him. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it or not. I may have turned my mic up. If not, I don't know if this will work or not. But I was talking back and forth with him, and he left me a message here. Let me see if I can get the message here. Right, let me see if I can. Now, when I heard that, he was almost crying. I was almost crying because that is what I love. That to hear success breeds success. To hear somebody to be able to change their family tree, to be able to take care of their kids, to be able to do what he loves to do. And he's actually on here right now. Greg Townsend is who I'm talking about. And so I have came along, I've helped him, I've mentored him, and so that is what I've done to be able to help him grow his pressure washing business. Again, he just built, and I think he built it, his website a month ago, or the last couple months, or within the last month. So I'm not talking that somebody went out there and blew a bunch of money on marketing. I'm not talking about, hey, Jason, the audio wasn't playing on your video. Well, I can try to do it this way. I don't know if this will do it or not. I will try. But this is somebody that is willing to go out there and do the hard work. When I say to do stuff, he'll do it.
I will help you promote anything that you need help promoting. You can tell me what to do, what link, what I will do. I'll wash your fucking underwear, dude. I don't care. I'm telling you, you have changed my life, man. Like, you have no idea the impression you have made on mine and my kids' life, man. You have no idea the debt of gratitude I have, man.
So, I hope you could hear it, but that is what I want to do. That is my goal, is to help you start and grow a business, but not just a business. My goal is to help you grow as a person, grow as a human being, be able to give something to your kids and your grandkids and your great grandkids, and to be able to help you be successful. That is Jason Guyman's number one goal right there, period. Because when I help you and I help you do things that you never thought that you could ever do, that is what I love to do. So there's a couple things that you can do. Is $1 million nice and a great way to get to a business to have $1 million? Sure, it's okay. I've been there. It's all right. It ain't nothing to talk about. Is an accomplishment I did? Yes. But when I've helped this Greg to be able to do the things that he loves to do, of teach his kids' football team, take care of his dad when he was sick last year, be able to help people get off drugs. That is what makes me excited. I love when I can help people help others. That is what I love to do. So, it's not even about the money. It's about all the other stuff you do with your life. Amen. And I agree with that 100%. Actually, a couple weeks ago, I was talking back and forth with Greg, and we both was like, it's not about the money. You know, the kids' lives that Greg is able to touch, and the kids' life that he is able to instill, you know, the ability to be able to have a man around can be a huge thing. A lot of people don't even have fathers anymore. Don't even know who their fathers are. And so when you can be that father figure and you can be that coach that will, you know, those kids will remember Greg for the rest of their lives. I remember coaches when I was young. That is what I remember. And so that is what I want you to be able to do. That's what I want you to be able to be successful. And that is my goal. And yes, you can do it. Greg, there is nothing special about Greg. He's rough around the edges. He's not, you know, some slick willy, slick willy dude. He is just a down to earth, cool dude that is been able to listen, do as I tell him to do, and he goes and does it. That is what, you know, and that's the thing, you guys. You know, you might think, well, he's going to do a $30,000 a month. How many employees he got? How much money is he spending in marketing? How much? Nothing. Very little. No, he doesn't have an employees. He's doing it as a one-man band. And you know what happens? Yes, it can get stressful. Yes, it can get hard. But you know what? You want to be profitable? You want to put the most money in your pocket and do $30,000 in 1 month? It can be done. It takes work. It's not easy. You don't get just to roll over and do nothing. But it can happen. And that is my goal, to help you be successful. And yes, you can do it. Again, there's nothing, absolutely nothing special about Greg. Greg was a chef cooking food a year ago and got laid off. He worked in the kitchen for years, 10, 15 years. That's all he did. Before that, he might have been a drug dealer and went to prison. Got off of heroin. He didn't have the cards wasn't stacked to him. He didn't have parents that gave him everything. He went through hard life. You know, there was times that he was like, I had to go scrape pennies up so that I could feed my kids. Greg, there's nothing special about Greg, but Greg is an awesome human being that will do amazing things with his life through the people that he inspires, through those kids, through the people that he has been. He might have been. It took a little bit of work. It took a little bit of listening, and he was able to hammer down and get it done. Now, with that said, I have 3 spots open in my mentorship. I'm doing a mentorship, and I have 3 spots open that it is a round table. So once a week, everybody comes together and I will help everybody on their business. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hour long thing that each person gets so many minutes and that I'm helping with. And then you get Voxer access. And that is, you can ask any question that you want. Again, I only have 3 spots open for that. When I started this video, I wasn't even going to push this. But I knew what helped Greg get to where he is. And Greg and I talked at least a couple times a week during this past year. I got another great success story But I'm not going to talk about him tonight. And he did do my Voxer program, and he did start a year ago, right at this time, and he did $150,000 last year. That is amazing. That is what I want you to do. That is what I want you to be able to do. So, but my goal is to help you start, grow, and be successful. And another way that I can help you is I have my pressurewashhelp.com/free. It gives you 30 days free in my membership. I'm getting ready to add a bunch more. If you're in there, I'm giving stuff away once a week. I was supposed to give away a mixer valve tomorrow, but ding dong, ordered the wrong valve. It was, I went to try to work it today and it did nothing. And I'm like, that's weird. And I got reading on it and it says 115 volt. I'm like, well, that was stupid. I ordered the wrong valve. So I'm not giving that away tomorrow. I'm going to give something else away tomorrow. But in how you get entered into it is through my membership. You have to be able to get in there and do that. Great job. Wet, cold, smelling like bleach equals cash. Amen. Talking about cash, there was somebody on here asking a question about what you do with cash for the day. Can't even show it. That was somebody else that I taught how to make money. Voxer is so worth it. Jason is the one right here that uses Voxer, and he is the one that I helped him grow his business. You know, and I got stories about him that I love talking about. His wife. Always they either had to get contacts or glasses because they were too poor to get them both. And they were able to get them both. And so that is something that is amazing. So what is your... We are right around the corner of the season starting up. We truly are. I believe it 100%. I know we're hitting 60-degree weather. We're supposed to get some rain, and it's going to be crappy this week. All next week is going to be in the 50s, 60s. It's not supposed to rain a lot. The grass is starting to turn green. And when that grass starts to turn green and that grass starts growing, the phone will start definitely ringing. So some of the things that I've heard is some things is, Jason, what about, I put out a bunch of signs. Why ain't my phone ringing? Well, if you're in the northern folks, people aren't still thinking about it. People aren't out there looking at it. You got to get some nice weather to get these people outside looking at their houses say, man, that's green. Let's see. Look at the color of my house. That's green. Well, that's gray, but that's green. Here, I'll give you green. Look at that green house there. That's what we got to get them people looking at, so that way we can start, so that they will start growing, calling and needing their house wash. And so we got to make sure our marketing is ready. We got to make sure that we are ready. We got our trailers ready. We have our Google My Business is ready. So now, now is the time to make sure this stuff is ready. We don't want to be 2, 3, 4 months in and be like, man, I wish I wouldn't have sat on my butt and not did anything. And now my phone's not ringing because I didn't do anything. So make sure that you go and get started so that way you can grow your business. My boss passed away from dementia and they had sold the business. I am the owner now after 16 years of employment there. Cheers. KD Window Cleaning. I just landed another big job. Jason, thank you for your knowledge and inspiration. Again, if you want to learn how to do pressure washing and you want to do the in-person class, you can go here to pressurewashhelp.com/dates. I have a few spots open for my next class, which is coming up in March. It's a one-day class. You'll get to learn the 25-step house wash that I'm going to put in the membership. I just haven't got the videos. I'm going to probably go up there, do the class one more time with the 25 steps house wash, and then I'm going to film it all and put it in the membership. And so that way, the perfect 25-step house wash, make sure that you do everything that you need to do to not only do the house wash, not only to protect the house, but also marketing and more marketing and more marketing. And that's all part of the 25-step house wash, because marketing is what makes you grow your business. Big, nice, shiny equipment doesn't grow your business. I know some people think it does, but it doesn't. I know several people that have spent lots of money on equipment and went out of business because marketing does not grow your business, or marketing grows your business. Equipment does not grow your business. And when I'm talking about equipment, going back a few steps ago, talking about Greg's truck, all his equipment, everything is probably worth about $5,000 to $7,000, and I'm being generous. I'm being real generous. So it isn't something flashy. It's not something that looks so amazing, but it makes $30,000. Makes $23,000. So last time I checked, it don't have to be flashy. It's just got to get there and get the job done. How do you clean fabric canopies outside restaurants? Can you use SH? Yes, I use SH. Most of the time that is, it's designed to be outdoors, so SH doesn't really hurt it. And I've went pretty strong on it. If it's a black one, only one I've ever screwed up was a black one, and it was messed up before I got to it. But the black one, it didn't that the SH did it. It was more that wand messed it up. We can make it happen. I closed 3 out of 4 estimates today and just starting out myself and have thousands on the calendar. You know, I was talking to another person that I've been kind of talking to, Zig. Zig is another one that I set up as AdWords, so I did an hour. If I do your AdWords, I give you an hour-long call, and I talk to you about marketing. I not only talk to you about AdWords, but I also usually go over all the other stuff that you need to make sure you're doing. And I was talking to Zig, and Zig's in Detroit. Last year he did $30,000 the whole year from June on, and he's already at almost $10,000. Of course, the weather up there sucks, so he's not able to start yet. But he's already at $10,000 and hasn't even started. And so that is the power of getting marketing, getting stuff going. And, you know, a lot of times he said to me, he actually messaged me today, and he's like, man, you know, last year I was worried about I was going to screw stuff up. I didn't know how to pressure wash. I wanted all the fangle-dangled equipment, and that's not what I learned, what makes me successful. He's like, listening to you guys of how to charge, how to get our average ticket up. That is what is going to, you know, he's at $10,000 and that's 20 jobs. He said his average ticket's about $416. And I'm like, that's amazing. We can keep getting that average ticket up. We don't have to do as many jobs. We make more money. And that's the goal at the end of the day. Voxer is worth it. As soon as I can get the money together, I will be doing the mentorship. Will 5% bleach burn your skin? Yes, it will. It can give you third-degree burns. If it gets down in your house wash mix. I've seen house wash mix on a downstream injector where the gun was leaking, ran down his arm, and it gave him second-degree burns all the way down his arm there. So, yes, 5% is really going to be able to do it. I give cash to the wife. Wife, leave me alone. The world keeps spinning. Happy wife, happy life. consistently hitting 10 Ks, trying to push to 20. Jason's trying to hit 30 one time this year too. So love seeing all the success. Jason, thanks for helping me out with the direct drive versus belt drive issue I had. See you on the 26. Awesome, Tanner. That's going to be a great class. The dude that we're having it at is Jonathan Manyard. He did 700 and I think he did 700,000 last year. His goal is 1.2 million. And so, you know, when we get around successful people, you become successful. It's just the way it is. You know, so the place we're going to have the class at, the dude did $750,000 last year. And he's wanting me to come up there to make sure that his guys are doing it right also. So, you know, that is, when you come to my class, I did $1 million. He did $750,000. I'm not talking about guys that did 200,000 or 100,000 and I want to teach a class. I did $1 million. He did 750. His goal is $1.2 million next year. So when you do that and you get around successful people, guess what? You learn a lot more. I guarantee it. It's not, well, if I was you, I would do this. No, get around successful people and you become successful. And that is the goal. And when we're at that class, I'm going to meet somebody else up there that I don't know if he'll be at the class or not, but I met him at my last Christmas light class or last Christmas light class last year in Raleigh, and the dude is worth like $3 or $4 million. And so I like getting around people that are successful because you know what happens when you get around successful people? Success runs off. So that's why I like getting around successful people. And so when I go up to Fredericksburg, Virginia, he has a shop about 5 miles from where our class is going to be. So I'm going to meet up with him. I started with a used Troy built 2400, then downgraded to brand new Husqvarna 3300, then upgraded to an old beat up 5 gallon a minute, brought it home and tuned it up. And that is my unit for now. Awesome. Things looking promising. Half my calls this year are old clients asking for different services they put off. And so if you are in business, if you have your business right now, this is a good thing to do. Right now, call them. Hey, this is Jason at PressureWashHelp.com. Spring is right around the corner. Do you have any spring cleaning needs you may need us to do? You can do a voice bomb. You can do email. You can do text. You can do a text blast. Follow up with your old customers. Your old customers are your best customers. And why is it's cheaper to market it to your old customers that know, like, and trust you and already have bought from you than trying to get a new customer that hasn't done any of that stuff. So make sure that you are following up with your old customers and your old clients. I want to come to your class. So Greg has a 4 gallon. He did all this with a 4 gallon and a 12 volt. I would love to be able to get on that. Jason, will you guys sign up for the Mint? Jason will help you guys sign up for the mentor program. Again, that is here. I got excited there. Talking about Greg makes me excited. Greg makes me excited. Are you knocking on doors for your 5 rounds, or are you just leaving door hangers? So I always just left door hangers. Greg is actually knocking on doors. And when he's been knocking on doors, he's usually closing 4 of the 5 that he's done, is what he's told me. So, you know, knocking on doors is definitely, if you're not afraid to do it, then I would definitely say to do it. I'm north of Western Maryland and still got snow on the ground, and have had several calls due to signs. Nice. Should I get insurance before I start? This is my first year. If so, who's the cheapest? Running low on funds. Depending on where you are, Blake, I would recommend it. I'm not saying you have to have it, but I am recommending it. I would definitely highly recommend it. If you are in the tri-state of Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana, I think he's in Tennessee. You can go to pressurewashhelp.com/insurance, and it's going to take you to a form that will go to Matt Zinser, and he will help you even if you're not in his area, is what he told me. I actually called him the other day, and he said he will help you do that. So go to pressurewashhelp.com/insurance, and there he will be able to help you out there. Plant that tree today. When is the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago. The second best day is today. 5 and 10 around are my best sellers. Landed 7,000 in a 5 around on Monday. And this is Greg Townsend that has $23,999 booked. And that's what he's telling you to do. Matt Zinser hooked me up. Okay, somebody Steady Flow just said that. Hey, I washed those trains. Oh, yeah. I washed those trains a couple days ago. The guy liked my work so much, I got the rest of the work for the rest of the year. Got him on quarterly schedule. So Logan had a big old train that he sent me a picture of he was going to have to clean. And that's awesome, Logan. I'm going to have to come up and do a ride-along with you, Logan. I got to find out. I wanted to do some ride-alongs. If you would like for me to do a ride-along with you, go to pressurewashhelp.com/ride-along. And it's going to, or kingofpressurewash.com/ride-along. And I think that's the right page. Let's see if it is. kingofpressurewash.com/ride-along. Make sure that's right. Yeah. So it's going to give you some information, and I will come and do a ride along with you, and I will give you information. I will help you a little bit. It's not, hey, I'm never pressure washing, I want to do a ride along. I do want to be able to have some information in there, so definitely do that. What's up, Jason? No one has called me from my rig. They have from the big sign on my van. They have. So Jason just got his truck or his van wrapped the other day. So that's awesome. I almost hired me today, but changed my mind. I'm just not going to pay what I charge. Guess I'm not my customer. That's right, Michael. You're not your customer. That is 100% true. You are not your customer. And I know you actually posted this in the boards today, and a lot of people have a hard time dealing with this. A lot of people think that they are their customer, and you are not your customer. I guarantee you, you are not your customer. I am not my customer. There's no way in hell I would pay $2,000 for Christmas lights to somebody come put on my house. There's no way in hell I would pay $500, $1,000 for somebody to come clean my house and windows. I am not my customer. But there is a whole lot of customers out there that will pay it. You know, what he was talking about was in a Facebook group, and he was talking about how it's cheaper on the customer. And basically what that tells me is you don't know how to sell, or you're scared to sell. And that can be cancer. That can be very, very bad. You will not grow your business at that point. I give up, Richard. How long? If you told me I'd be closing $1,500 window jobs and doing house washes, I would have said you're crazy. I learned a lot. I own a marketing company, not a pressure washing business. Amen to that. And you can do $1,500 in a day. I know it sounds crazy. I know it sounds nuts, but it can be done. I promise you, you can do $1,500 days from that. So, I want to show you a picture here, what somebody sent me today. And this is the Voxer program. This is what people happen when you do on Voxers. I'm not going to guarantee, I can't guarantee you that this will happen to you because you have to do work. But this is what $1,500 looks like, cash, in one day. And yes, you can do $1,500 days in one day. And that is amazing. That is awesome. That is life changing, is what that is. I know it's life changing. When you can bring home $1,500 in a day, I guarantee you that if you're working a 9 to 5, you're probably not bringing that home at the end of the day. And I'm not sitting here boosting that you can do it. It can be done. Jason Hefner, there is nothing special about Jason Hefner. There is nothing special about Greg Townsend. There is nothing special about Mark Murphy on here. There is nothing special about Robert Fling to do $1,500. It can be done. There's nothing special about Nick Sick doing $80,000 last year. So I guarantee you he had $1,500 days. Nothing special. A little hard work, a little go. You got to have a little go-go juice, a little positive motivation, and get going. You know, Jason says he listens to a lot of motivation speakers. I do the same thing. Steve Harvey is a great one. Tony Robertson, great motivation speaker. You know, what it really comes down to is this right here. This right here. This is what it comes down to. I don't have nothing special that you don't have. I don't have nothing. I have a brain, 2 feet, 2 hands, pull my pants up the same way you do, put my shirt on the same way you do. I might take it off a little bit different. Nothing special. My belly might hang out a little bit more than yours does. Yours might hang out a little bit more than mine does. My butt crack might hang out a little bit more than yours does. You probably don't more than mine does because mine sticks out all the time. There's nothing special about me that you can't do the same thing. It comes down to taking action and doing the work. Take action, doing the hard things. But Jason, I don't know how to do that. Mind. Get rid of don't. Get rid of can't. Get rid of it. I suck at writing. I suck at it. I can't write. I wrote a thing on LinkedIn today, and my brother's like, you need to go fix that. My middle brother's like, you look like a retard on your second grader writing that. So I had to go take off a bunch because I didn't know how to make it sound perfect. But that can only thing that's going to do is, you know, when we label people of, well, Jason, you just don't understand. I got ADD. Well, you know what? My wife probably has ADD. I probably have ADD. You know, I can't read a book and understand what's in the book to save my life. But you know what? There's ways to overcome it. You know, one thing I can overcome it is this thing right here. It's an amazing tool. It can be an amazing tool. You know what? I can go on there and do something and it'll read a book to me. And you know what? I'll understand the book. And I can give you a couple books that you can read. You want some books you can read? Extreme Ownership is a good book to start off at. Because guess what that tells us? You are in control of you and nobody else is. And that doesn't matter if it's this job, whatever. It all comes down to you. Another good book that I just read, and I didn't read it, I listened to it because if I read it, I wouldn't have understood it. was E-Myth. E-Myth is a great book, especially if you want to grow and start branching off. I would highly recommend reading E-Myth. If you want to be more than a one man in a truck and you want to grow a business, you really need to read E-Myth book because it talks about all the different stuff. Greg Townsend just put another great book, The Pumpkin Plan. The Pumpkin Plan is another great book. Profit First is another great book. Now, I know I just gave you a whole bunch of books to read, but go out there and do it, and that'll make you successful, and that will help you grow and start and get bigger and make that $1,500 that I showed on there. I closed my first deal today to clean 9 of a company trucks every month. What should I clean the trucks with? I start this Sunday. To be honest, I'm not the truck guy. I know there's some like Russ sells some stuff that's a one step. If you're going to two step it, it's a little bit different. So I don't know what to tell you on that, to be honest. That's not in my wheelhouse, and I'm going to tell you it's not in my wheelhouse. But I believe it's called, what's it called? They got a good soap down there. I think you don't have to rub it. Been in Google for 2 weeks. No one found me. Yeah. You do Google ads. I set up Google ads. I will. I have everything that I used in my one for Pressure Wash Cincinnati. I have all the ads. I have all the negative keywords, all the positive keywords, everything like that. I set it all up on your site. I don't. I don't build a landing page, so you have to have a website so that I can run it to it. And you can find that at pressurewashhelp.com/Google Ads. Are you talking about fleet washing 9 trucks? Yes. Soap and water, Tanner, is like washing a car. Get a foam cannon. Do all pressure washing pumps need a bypass line? Going to a water tank. I'm using the same 4-gallon minute from last year and things ran fine. Build my truck out now with a water tank. Thanks, Jason. The good thing about a water tank is sending that line back to it is so that way if you set your gun down and you just let that pump sit there and run, it will overheat and it'll melt them seals, and then your pump will be no good. So that is the purpose of the buffer tank. Now, one thing you can do is you can plug off the intake and take a line 6-8 feet, throw it in the grass, and then that way when you're not on the trigger, it's just dumping into the grass. Yes, testing my signs, how long they last. I have to hustle and get my numbers up before Nick gets back on his feet. I got burned from 3% over last weekend. Yes, 3%. Like I say, I've seen people get burned from 1.5%, less than 1% from downstreaming. If you go on Fiverr, there's people who push your site to first place. Be careful. Be careful with that. That's called black hat. And black hat, when Google will hit you, you will be done. You will not get out of it. Make sure you're doing white hat only stuff for SEO, search engine optimization. Tanner, get a pressure washer with a Honda engine. Research the various tips and GPM so that when you start off, Home Depot does do a 10% if you're eligible. Unless it's horrendously dirty, Tanner, might need a little degreaser. Any thoughts on Homeadvisor? I'm going to talk, actually, Luke, who came to one of my classes last year, he's in my membership. He was talking about Homeadvisor in the Pressure Facebook group. Here's the deal with Homeadvisor. If you're not going to stay up on it, stay away from it. And when I mean stay up on it, I mean stay up on it like daily. Like if you got a crap lead, you're sending that back, not just getting into the and here's the thing. If you can't answer your phone, if you can't call that lead right away, stay away from it. because otherwise you're not going to be able to make any money. You're going to lose your butt from it. Now, what I will say about Homeadvisor, you know how they follow up on Homeadvisor? Learn a little bit about how they following up on you. That's what you need to do to your customers. Aggravate the crap out of them. They know that if they aggravate them enough, there's a percent that will buy. And that is the goal, right? Is buying. I'm in a pinch. I tried to add external unloader valve. I'm not sure if I'm doing it right. I have a cat pump. Is that doable? Yes, it is doable. That's true. I only talk to 5 people. I only want to talk with the people more successful than me. Yeah. So what I like to always say is you are like the 5 people you're around. So if you're around 5 duds, there's a pretty good chance you're a dud. And I'm not being mean. I'm just telling you how it is. But if you're around 5 successful people, you're going to be successful. And, you know, out of those 5, I want to be the dumbest of those 5 because I want to go up. If I'm the smartest of the 5, where do I got to go? So I always want to be the dumbest of the 5, so I'm always moving up. Do you think you can run a successful business without running any ads? Yeah, I do think you can. Benjamin Gregory lives right down the road from here. He did over $500,000 last year. Never paid. He might have did a little bit in Facebook ads, but not much. He did it all on Facebook, just organically at Facebook, and he did it all on LinkedIn. That he didn't run no Facebook ads. He didn't do no Google ads. Did very little Facebook ads. Is it hard for an eagle to soar among the buzzards? It's hard for an eagle. Yep. Should be working. Wait, is tickets for the class still available? I'm close to Fredericksburg. Yes, it is. PressureWashHelp.com/dates will take you there. I think it's King of Pressure Wash. Or PressureWashHelp.com/dates will take you there. I believe it will. If not, in-person training will. Yeah, and I am having it in, and it's on a Friday. So true, guys. Network, rinse, and repeat. Get around like-minded people. Take action. What do we got going on here, Jason? $7,000 week set up off of one sign. Marketing is important. Thanks for the advice. And that's what, that's what I always say. One piece of marketing, you don't know how much it could be worth. One sign for William was worth $7,000 off of one sign. Now let's think about that. It could be one business card. I know a guy, been up in Ohio, did over $200,000 off of one business card. So when we're doing our marketing, people, I always say we want to do, so there's different tasks in a business. When we're growing a business, there's different tasks for a business. For instance, spraying water on a house is a $20 an hour position. That's what a $20 an hour position is. Spraying water on a house. Answering the phone for the business, $15 an hour, $20 an hour. Marketing, that's a $10,000 task. When we're working on a website, when we're working on putting out signs, one sign worth $7,000. Think about that. Let that sink in a little bit. Time is worth money. What task we're doing? Well, that's going to tell us, are we working on a $20 an hour task or a $1,000 an hour task? I like trying to work on the $1,000 an hour task. And sometimes when we're working on the $1,000 an hour task, it don't look like we're working on anything. But a lot of times it could be that one sign that we put out that's worth $7,000. It could be that one business card that's worth $200,000. It could be that one post on LinkedIn that's worth over $150,000 for Benjamin Gregory Pro Power Washing here in the Cincinnati area. One LinkedIn guy, he did over $150,000 with him. So marketing is very important. Marketing is what's going to grow our business. Is it some of the other stuff going to help us? Yes. But in the end, what's going to grow our business the most is going to be marketing, customer service, customer relationship. All of that will help us grow our business so that we can be successful. Repeat customers are also good about reviews. Jason, you helped me increase my average ticket from $300. you you helped me to raise my average ticket from $300 to $600. Did $30,000 last year in 6 months. Just broke $8,700 in 19 days. Get your average ticket up, guys. That's what it's all about. And how do we do that? Oh, we love packages. Packages is how we get our average ticket up. You know, DJ was charging $279. Now his little house wash is $320, and that's just to do the walls. And if we do the gutters and the soffits and all of that, is another $50. So his average small house wash is $369. Guess what? You are not your customer. Where am I people shrink wrap their lawn furniture? A great upsell is offering them to unwrap and clean their furniture and place it where they want. Boom. They are ready for summer. Absolutely. In fact, I'm working with a guy on his AdWords right now that actually shrink wraps the stuff and makes a killing off of it. March 1st, emails to my CRM booked me 2 weeks of washing. Going out there, talking to our old customers, 2 weeks worth of washing. And this is a guy that has one of the biggest competitors in the country. I did that today and got 3 jobs. Come on, give Jason some thumbs up. Robert, that's a great idea for winter money. What did you do, Mo Money, for those 3 jobs? I'm in Indiana. There's plenty of work in Indiana. I got lots of questions to get going down here. What months would you say are the busiest? That's a good question. So how the season usually works, and it's going to depend a little bit about where you're from. But one of the things is if you are in, so like if you're in like our area, you know, our season will start about now, March. It may take April. Um, I've had some good Marches. Last year was a crappy March. It didn't start till April, and it wasn't just coronavirus. It was it rained all of March last year, and so it didn't allow people to get out to mow their grass. In fact, I think it even snowed in March last year, so that kind of screwed the whole March up. So usually it's going to be March, April, and May are going to be your best month of the year. That can be by far your best month of the year. That is hot, hot, hot. June is going to start slowing down a little bit. If you're not ready for July and August, it's going to be like boop, brakes thrown on. You could have done $20,000 a month before in June or July and August. You might do a $5,000 or $10,000 month, and so August can definitely be harder. And what that reason why that's for is everybody's on vacation. They're spending all their money on vacation, and they're getting ready back to school. So that's why July and August can be bad. Usually August is bad in the first of the month, but usually the second half of the month, when people, once they get their kids back in school and they start making money again and not spending it all on vacation, then that's when it will start. September, October, and November will, well, November won't. September and October will usually pick up a little bit. September and October. If you're in the South, if you're in the South, like Florida, some of those areas, then then November and December will actually pick up for you. Now, if you're in here, then that's when we do Christmas lights, and we do a couple $100,000 in Christmas lights in October, November, and December. So that's kind of how the pressure washing season works. Had my bro washing the roof and told neighbors to check it out and gave out flyers. April and May. We're sitting at 7,800 for March through today, booked out till end of the month. The awesome thing is when you start getting booked out like that, Drew, is to start raising your prices. Start raising your prices. Listen to me. Start raising your prices. When you're booked out 2-3 weeks, start raising your prices. Start raising your prices. I went to over 50 houses. Just got done interviewing my first application. Awful nervous about having another person rely on to make a living. That's a whole new kind of pressure. Welcome to the next level, I guess. Amen. It is. It is hard. Just remember, be quick to hire and quick to fire, and have them ready to go. You will find the right person eventually. It might take 1 or 2 or 3, but you will find the right person. I'm going to be booking it again for next week or the following week to wash a couple more trains if you want to ride along. It takes about 14 hours to wash 2 trains. That's a long time. Awesome, Logan. Just landed my biggest job today to date. $40,000 annual off of one account. Please do a video on choosing a trailer for beginners. I have a 4x6. At least it did with me and my guy I have working with me. Ride along definitely may cause cancer out here in California. Had $600 day for washing windows. All great. I saw a guy put out yard signs, and here's the thing, guys. I was talking to some of the competitors around here, some of the pressure washers. They're not competitor to me. And this dude I asked him, because I know what he did for Christmas lights. This dude put Christmas light signs on every freaking corner in every part of the neighborhood. Whether it was whether it was down here in northern Kentucky, or it was on south side or north side of Ohio, it was freaking everywhere. He put up signs. I said, "So what's your sign game going to be for pressure washing?" He's got over 5,000 signs he's ready to put out. 5,000 signs. Do you think signs work? He did over $600,000 last year in pressure washing. Or in pressure washing Christmas light business. So do you think signs work? Hell yeah, they work. I did $1,700 a day. Don't be afraid of big numbers. You are worth more than what you think. More money, more money, more money. Can't do $1,500 in Florida. The guy that did $1,500 in Florida. My best day was $3,000 roof, house, and windows. Nice. You have to do it, though. You have to do it. Amen. I'm closed for $2,700 with the 3 homes. Trying to read through some of these questions. Mindset. Stay positive and focused. I'm going to hit on that. Being around positive people can help you more than anything at the end of the day. If you're around negative people, get them out of your life. And here's the sad thing about negative people. Who are negative people at the end of the day? Usually, the negative people are your friends and family. And that can be really hard and really tough sometimes. So, this is very important of making sure that you are around positive people, because when you are around positive people, it just makes everything better. It literally makes everything better when you are around positive people. When you get around positive people, it just makes the mood better. It makes everything better. When you're around negative people, I mean, if you're around negative people, they can turn the most positive thing around to the most negative thing. And you're like, are you that miserable? And yes, they're that miserable. Whatever you think good or bad, you will get. It all comes down to mindset. Mindset, mindset, mindset. Thanks to you, your preaching packages, I made up from, and since I did and have upsold 100% of my customers, I handed a form. Word to the washers. Packages is the way to get that average ticket up. You know, when people call in for a $300 house wash and you end up selling them a $700, $900,000 house wash, window cleaning, driveway cleaning, that's where your money's being made at. I got a $1,500 booked next Monday. Originally cleaned the roof, upsold a house wash and window and deck. So anytime you need a proofreader, hit me up. I just need somebody to write for me because I suck at it. Pumpkin Plan, I just read it. That's a great book. You had me worried. This is another good book. Rich Dad Poor Dad is a great book. Again, E-Myth is a great book. If and this is something, Nick, if you're on here, I would highly recommend you read E-Myth. It is a great read. It is probably one of the books that I would tell you to read more than anything else. And basically, it's so that you can grow your business. It's basically what you're trying to do. This is what you need right here, E-Myth book. What is a better sales tactic? Scaring them, educating them, or putting, quote, only good for 1 week, 1 week? I mean, I like the education, and then obviously you do have to do when can we schedule you in, kind of that kind of thing. You are exchanging great you're exchanging great info here. We should have a chat room or a Slack channel that we can bounce ideas off of them regularly. Yeah, that's called pressurewashhelp.com/free. I have a Facebook group and my membership, and that's kind of what that membership is. I want people to put their success stories in there. Their not only their success stories, their action plans, things that you need to do so that way you can grow your business. Who Not Now is a great book. Because I just seen that one. I literally just got asked to quote my local church. The roof is 12,000 square feet. The parking lot, how much should I charge? Just remember, when we're talking about churches and a lot of times like that, if you do it right, you can get a lot of people from the church. So I'm not saying go in and do it cheap. I'm just saying you can get a lot of work other ways from that. Packages, in-person quotes, quote for every service, every estimate, yard sign, clip flyer. Local painters tell them you can handle all their prep, power wash, and get tons of work now. And you don't even have to do in-person quotes. I mean, I know there's people out there that love the in-person quotes. I never did in-person quotes. And I'm not saying you don't have to, or you do or not. I'm just saying you don't have to do in-person quotes to get higher packages. I'm absolutely tired of holding onto the trigger and definitely fixing to hook up my buffer tank. I'm already back on my feet. Good luck. Unfortunately, where I live are not allowed to put out yard signs. They take them down immediately. Yeah, they take them down here a lot too. Now, about selling me that Pressure Wash Cincinnati website. That Cincinnati Pressure website got sold. Nathan Rouse. I'd like to do a dinner with you or lunch if you're still on here. Um, I was actually, I heard some, I was actually looking you up the other day. Um, I'll definitely talk with you because this dude is successful. Um, I'm selling, but the website got sold to when I sold the business. Um, will a house wash mix work to wash an RV? Anyone? You got to be careful with it. If it's got a bunch of mold, it'll do okay, but it can it can strip the wax off of it, so it ain't best to clean with that. George, yes. Uh, if you're in here in Texas, all the Californians are coming here. They don't mind paying premium prices. Signing up now. Thank you, Jason. My best is a $1,700 for a sign. Word of mouth got me $12,999 last summer. All right, guys. So, again, I am going to skip the frustration and go on vacation in July and August. Do you recommend someone taking course who isn't planning on starting until August? Well, the reason why I would do that, Kevin, if you did pressurewashhelp.com/free or my in person, you can learn. You can start doing marketing now. You can start doing your Google My Business and different things now. So when you do go get ready to start, you will be up and running, and you're not trying to do all that when you finally do start. And this one right here is probably the number one most important thing to do of running a business. And I can preach this till I'm blue in my face, and people still don't do it. You have to answer your phone. If you don't answer your phone, it don't do you no good of all the other stuff that I've been talking about. You have to answer your phone so you can get to the $1 million. That is the number one most important thing that you can do. I charge whatever I charge. I lose jobs to cheaper people. I go out of my way for customers, and guess who is the top of mind when they need something? I'm on my third time reading E-Myth. It's a really great book. What are the best companies to help start a pressure washing business? Pressurewashhelp.com/free. Duh. Mentorship. If you really want the best thing, is pressurewashhelp.com/mentorship. And what does that come with? Again, it comes with a weekly roundtable. And then the other thing it comes with is Voxer access to me. So if you have any questions, whether it's about marketing, equipment not starting, something's not cleaning, you need help quoting, that's what I'm here for. When you started, were you nervous about going door to door? Yes, I hated it. I did door hangers one time, and I passed out probably 300 or 400 door hangers, and all I got was my steps in, and I hated it. Hated it. Now I don't mind doing the door hangers when I'm doing my 5 rounds, because you're at the neighbor's house, and it's not so bad at that point. Uniform or no uniform. I like uniforms, obviously, because it makes us look professional, but don't let that hold you back growing a business. I just completed my first pressure washing job today. My new business called Tennessee Valley Power Cleaning cleaned a 5,000 square foot roof for $750. We'll be doing his second location in a few days. That's a little cheap. call me. I'll answer the phone. Got to plumb the truck this weekend. Might have to call or text if you don't mind. Absolutely. You can. I built my trailer and learned all I needed to know from Jason. Thank you. So, again, go to checkout. That's been my membership, mentorship. If you just want 30 days free training, you can get that in there. I've been really pushing my grow it as a membership, because the other thing that will help you grow your business is accountability. If you're not accountable to anybody, you're not going to get stuff done. If you're not accountable of, hey, are you making sure you're getting reviews? Hey, how many reviews did you get this week? And if I ask you that and you're like, I didn't get any. But if I ask you that and you know it's coming, you'll be like, well, I got 5 because I want to make sure I'm not the one of getting screwed of didn't get reviews. So when we do things like that, we can do that. Or maybe the accountability of, hey, I need to set this up. Hey, I need to do this. Hey, I need to do that. And that's where the accountability, and that's what I'm really trying to push in my group of accountability. Not so much, hey, whatever. I want accountability. If you're afraid to do Facebook Lives, I'm going to hold you accountable if you're going to go do a Facebook Live in my group. Why? Because then I want you to get comfortable. And when you get comfortable doing that, then you can go on your own page and do it. And so them are some things that you really got to do. Good evening, Jason. It's Jason. I am almost 30 5-star reviews on Google. I have more than most of my competitors. I'm currently paying for Google Ads, which is keeping the phone ringing. Awesome. Where can I buy SH in this greater Cincinnati area? Miami Products out of Dayton, Ohio. At what point can you stop paying Google the big bucks? It's tough. I mean, we were in business for 8 or 9 years, and I was spending $30,000 to $40,000 a year in Google Ads. And you never get done paying. You never get done paying. When you quit investing in your business, you quit. Don't think about spending money in that as you're just blowing money to Google. You're just blowing money to Facebook. You're just blowing money to the radio station. Think of it as you are investing into your business. Nobody else is going to invest in your business. If you're not willing to invest in your business, nobody else is going to invest in your business. So make sure that you are investing into your business, because when you invest in your business, that it makes you want to work harder. It makes you do everything. So, for instance, I got another guy, Evansville, Indiana, did over $600,000 last year, and he spent almost $50,000 in marketing. So, you got to look at that's a cost of business that keeps your business going and growing and everything. Dude's doing $2,500 roof jobs for $700. Yeah, that is a little cheap. You're right about that. High rise. I would agree that was cheap. 5,000 square foot for $750. Our minimum was $600, and that was for a 1,000 square foot house, and that was only affected side. So that is a little cheap. Again, go check out, get 30 days free. If you want to go check out my in-person training in Virginia, it's pressurewashhelp.com/dates. And then lastly, but my mentorship. Tired of all these I can't people. You can't because you say you can't. It's about mindset. I said I would be back in 6 months, and guess what? I'm back with, that was my mindset. That was after getting hit by a truck too, just so you know. I stay away from roof cleaning. I know I leave a ton of money on the table, but I am the only fireman you'll meet that hates heights. No, I used to have a captain. That rode on the ladder truck that was terrified and never went up in the ladder truck. But he was the captain of the ladder truck. I'm cherry picking roofs. I don't have wings and don't drink Red Bull. Well, guys, thanks for coming on tonight. I appreciate it. I don't have a video for tomorrow. I slacked. I did put some questions on my community page. I would love for you to go answer those questions. The last I put one out today was, if you were willing to buy from a website, what website do you buy from? Another one I put yesterday was, who do you buy from and why? And a couple other questions that I've asked on there on the community tab. If you wouldn't mind going asking them questions, I'm just kind of getting data to see, because I'm kind of going off of where am I going to go, what kind of content I'm making. So a lot of the questions that I've asked is for me to know kind of what I want to do, what kind of information I'm going to bring, so that way I can help you guys grow and be successful. And so that kind of stuff there. But again, hope you all have a great night, and I'll see you on Sunday.